Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's getting off to a great start today. Man, that whole you shall know them by their fruits, man, that really got to me. Um, I had never really picked that apart. I just always figured that you'll know them by what they do in this world. You know what I mean? Just like what kind of fruit does that person produce? You know what I mean? Are they good people? What do they speak? Because right here, this is Matthew 33. Well, Matthew 12:33. Chapter 12, verse 33. Either. Okay, we'll start it actually. Yeah, it is 33. Sorry about that. Either make the tree good and his fruits good, or else make the tree corrupt and his fruits corrupt. For the tree is known by his fruit. Man, you shall know them by their fruit. Let's. I was looking at this morning. I pulled it up. Jesus states that one will be able to identify false prophets by their fruit. False prophets will not produce good fruit. Sorry, excuse me. Mustache must be falling out this morning. False prophets will not produce good fruits. Fruits, which are a common metaphor in both the Old and New Testament, represent the outward manifestation of a person's faith, thus their behavior and their works. Matthew 7:16. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. I always, I always seen it as ravaging wolves. I never seen it as ravening, ravening. But even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth fruit. Sorry. This is 7:19. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit in his hewn down. Ooh. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Ouch. You know, that is the scripture that cut me through and through. To be honest, when I actually sat down and looked at the fruit I produce, I was ashamed. You know, and it's totally okay. I see it as okay now. You know what I mean? It led me to make some really good life choices out of that pain. You know, it's painful to see, you know, what you've been doing in this world, what you've been producing, you know. We don't go around hurting people for the sake of hurting them. Not normal people. Normal people, you know, care and empathize because they don't want the same done to them. But we can be defensive And in our defensiveness, we become offensive. You know, so that's basically what happens is when our subconscious, when we feel like we need to defend ourselves. See, I came to the knowing that I'm doing things. I'm literally, I would have this. Sorry, somebody's trying to call. I would have this. Let me turn off my ringer. Sorry about that. I found that I have this voice inside me that literally, that person just did that because they know you don't smoke anymore, and they totally just walk in here with their smoke and just to get you because they know it makes you nauseous now. You know what I mean? Like that thought right there. No, that person's just being a person going about their day. They smoke. They don't think about others not smoking because that's, you know, that's what we do. We just go. We just go. Hey, no, I've got to do this. I've got to do that. And shit, I'm not putting out my cigarette for this. You know what I mean? That I get it. Totally love to smoke. Love to smoke. But I don't want to smoke. It's not something that, you know, I want to do anymore. My body's a temple, and, you know, yours is too. But the point is still the same. I have this voice inside me that tells me that people do things out of spite to hurt me. So what do we do with that voice? Well, we defend our actions. We begin to visualize things and see things and come up with our own narratives actually in our mind that, you know, this is actually what's going on. Whatever's being presented to you is not actually what it is, that it is actually, these people are out to get, like, this is borderline paranoia, you know, like, I don't know, I already talked to angels and stuff, so, you know, this is now borderlining paranoid schizophrenia, you know, so what's going on here? You know what I mean? So, you shall know them by their fruits. Sorry, people leave voicemails and they just stay on the screen. So, that's not actually what's going on. You need to monitor your thoughts. Step back and observe your thoughts. You are not I am because you think. You are not. It is not I am, I think, therefore I am. Like that song says, I can't remember who the artist is, but you know what? That is the lower carnal nature, and that is what they are trying to teach to our kids. To our fruit. That's what they're trying to poison our fruit. They're sticking a syringe in the orange and shooting it with freaking crap. That's literally what they're doing to our children. I think, therefore I am. They put it in their music, their art. It is lower carnal thinking. Yes, it is true because we are ego as well. We cannot exist without it. But, seriously, we are not God because we think. We are God because we have the power to observe that thought and to decide and choose which thought we are going to follow and pursue. That's what makes us God in this world, in our universe. That's what makes us a co-creator, because the divine consciousness is already within us. It's what we choose to do with the divine consciousness that makes us either a divine being or an undivine being. The holy and the unholy. You shall know them by their fruits. One thing I never thought about was our fruits. Our children are our fruits. What kind of children do we produce? You know, what kind of mental health do we produce in a child? What kind of physical health do we produce in a child? What kind of stability do we, you know, promote in a child? You know, what state is our fruit in? And I find that our children are our biggest fruit. Also our biggest blessing, our families, people in our lives. That's what makes life all worth it. You know, what do you do in your life? Why do you do it? It's not because you have to. Well, it is. There is a form of I've got to, but it's because you don't want to think about the things that come with not doing it. The way that your family around you suffers, the way that you suffer. Because you all suffer together. If you haven't noticed that, we all suffer together. And we all rise together. It's our choice if we rise or if we fall. If we jump on the wagon or not. It's all up to us. It's the choice. But the fruit. What kind of children do we produce? When I look at my children, I just thank God that they turned out so good under the circumstances that they were raised under. I'm truly blessed that my ex-wife literally, she stepped up when I was stepping down. When I couldn't do it anymore and I needed to just let loose and just throw it away so that I could find it, and really find it this time. I'm really glad that she was able to step up and do that so that I could then find myself too. And now she's doing great. Her new husband, the kids are well taken care of. The fruit is sustained. And now, I'm bringing what the divine brings to my table instead of just bringing what the unholy divine brings, the undivine brings to my table. So now they're benefiting in every which way, which is great. You know what I mean? We're going to raise good fruit between all of us. But when I looked at that, it made me look at how I was fruit. Now I have to sit in front of the mirror. What kind of fruit did I reflect onto the world that my parents produced? This part brought so much shame, so much guilt, resentment, but not for anyone else, but for myself, that this is what I made it out to be for them. This is what their friends see when they look at their fruit. This is what their associates, their circle, this is what they see. I was ashamed, and we all should be sometimes. It's admitting that shame, owning that shame, and deciding to do something about it. That's what it's all about. When a mirror is placed in front of you, we sometimes don't like what we see, but it's the choice that we make from that point forward. We're going to choose to change it, because even if we don't like what we see in a physical mirror, well, we can go to the gym and change that. We can change our diet. There's a number of things that we can do to change that, right? You know what I mean? So what do we do in front of a spiritual mirror that we're, not really liking to, look at? We can change those internal spiritual aspects that lead to physical changes and manifest in the physical world. That's how it works. You use what you have there to get what you need here. Father, I need my light from there, my glory when I was with you. I need it here so we can illuminate this darkness, because this is where I'm at now. And I need you to be here, so I need your light here. Ask for it, and you shall receive. If you are ready for it, you will receive it. But if you are not ready for it, you will receive lessons to be ready for it. So accept the lessons, accept the changes, because it's all change from here. The only permanent thing in this world is change. That is the only thing that is secured a surety in life, is that everything will change. You and everything around you. How are you going to change today? I'll leave that as the final question, though. How are you going to change? For you and you alone, not for anybody else around you. You need to think about you. How are you doing you? And some of us need to think about how are we doing others around us. Absolutely. Absolutely. Then after you think about how are you doing you, that's when you go, now how does me doing me affect my reality? And how is my reality affecting me in like manner? reflect one to the other, and there you shall find your path. You guys have a great day. May you guys all be healed, sealed, guided, and protected upon your path. Love and light. In the divine ineffable name and in Christ, bless you.